What is going on, guys? As you can see, I'm in a completely different setting. I'm sitting in my car right now. I just got out of seeing Sicario 2, and just like the first movie, this one completely punched me right in the gut. And I'm gonna do a spoiler review because I know that to actually be able to talk about this the way that I want to, I'm just gonna have to be able to just talk. So, warning, if you haven't seen it, I'm just gonna word vomit about this and just talk. So, right off the bat, this movie hit me really hard emotionally. Um, Seeing those bombs get set off in that store really made me upset, and even just talking about it is kind of making me upset. It's hard to it's hard for me to watch something like that now and not feel like it's real. It's hard for me to watch it and be okay with registering it as a movie, as seeing it and thinking it's fake, which obviously it is, but when that kind of stuff is happening in the news pretty much all the time here, whether it's bombs going off or shootings or whatever, it's really hard to see something like that in a movie and just not get upset because I'm not desensitized to it, even though with the reality in the world that I live in, I probably should be. So right off the bat, this movie made me really upset and uncomfortable, which I'm hoping that's kind of the vibe they were going for with this movie, was making you feel uncomfortable and upset about what was going on. Um, and the whole movie to me just felt very gritty and very real and very hard to swallow. I thought the acting was great. I thought the story was really great. I was very invested in it, and like I said, it made me emotional. It was upsetting and uncomfortable, and there were parts of it where I just wanted to stop watching because I was getting upset. Because, I don't live exactly where all this stuff happens, but I do live in a border state. I live on the border between Mexico and the United States, on the United States side, obviously. But, it's not far away from me and where I live, and those news stories about people smuggling and cartels and that kind of violence, they're around. They're part of my reality, just like the random shootings and bombs going off. And to have a movie like this that tells this kind of story, and I feel like does it justice and plays it out realistically, in terms of how much I understand, from someone who's on the outside of it, who doesn't live directly in it. But from what I understand and from what I perceive about this kind of stuff, it was very, very realistic and very gritty and just very grounded and truthful. And obviously parts of it were played up because it is a movie and you need to amp it up by 10, because when it's a movie, that's just what you do. You just make it more dramatic and make the explosions bigger and whatever else. But I don't know, it was hard to watch because not only with all that stuff, but with the way that our political climate is right now, and just feeling like, there's no way that even if I were to read the news religiously every day, that I would actually know what's going on with our government half the time and the things that they're deciding to do. And I don't know, it just kind of made me feel like, it kind of gave me a little bit of a hopeless feeling, I guess. But I thought that it was a clever movie. I enjoyed the writing a lot. I thought that Taylor Sheridan did a great job. I tend to like his work a lot. I liked the cinematography. I like that there were a lot of scenes where it was dark and you could just make out enough of what was going on, and it set the right kind of mood and the right kind of tone. And I don't know, it's hard for me to critique this film on technical standpoints because I walked out of this movie almost crying just because of how shaken it had me feeling. It, like I said, it was a punch to the gut. And I don't know, just feeling like that point in the movie where we see Benicio del Toro's character get shot. I wanted to walk out of the theater because seeing his character die was very, very upsetting to me. It was hard for me to handle because it's like, this is a character that's so dynamic that has lost his family, has been through all this crap, has, dealt with losing a daughter and having to go back and, deal with the daughter of the guy that killed his daughter and his family, and just seeing that he wants to save this girl, that even someone who's been through so much and is hurting and has that chance to eye for an eye it and just make sure that she dies or something to hurt him like he hurts, and he won't do it, and he wants to save her, and just seeing that kind of humanity in a movie like this, in a situation like this, I don't know, it's just, I was really upset when I thought he died, and then when he didn't, I just felt so relieved. And so, I don't know. Like I said, this movie just made me feel a lot. It made me feel a lot. It hit me in ways that I should have expected with how I reacted watching the first one. But I don't really know if this review, even makes any sense to anyone. It's literally just me rambling and emotional after seeing this movie. But I walked out of this movie thinking that I hated it because of how much it upset me and how uncomfortable it made me and the emotions that it made me feel. But now that I've had my drive home and I'm thinking about it, I don't think I can hate this movie because I think that it achieved what it set out to so well because I felt so strongly and felt so upset. And a movie that can do that, that can pull you in for the journey and the story and have you feeling that much and evoke that kind of response and that kind of reaction, I think is the best kind of filmmaking, especially with a story like this, especially with such serious, relevant content. And now that I've had a little bit of time to think it through, as much as, I do still feel those things, as much as I do still feel a lot of commonly negative emotions because of this movie, I still find myself really appreciating it and being glad that I experienced it, as ridiculous as that is. But I don't know, I really want to hear your guys' thoughts on this. I can try to do a non-spoiler review later and focus kind of more on the technical aspects of the movie. I could try if you guys want me to, but this is the video that I needed to make for this, just for my own sake and my own sanity. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed hearing me ramble about this, but please leave your thoughts in the comments because I do want to talk about this movie and kind of try and sort through the way I feel still. But thank you guys so much for all of your support. Thank you for putting up with this quality so that I can record this in my car while I'm feeling the way I'm feeling. Um, my links are in the description if you want to find me on social media. I will see you guys soon. I promise I will do some sort of review or reaction that is not me in my car. But you guys are the best. Thank you so much. I will see you next time.